Hi everyone, Caroline here, just with a quick video showing you how to make a little treat container like this. It's based on an idea I got from Twila, I think that's how you say her name, and she called it a boo box because she used it to make a little Halloween treat container. You can see it's perfect fit for a little bar like that, or you could put some other little treat in it. And it's a great way of using up some little scraps of paper and some embellishments, and you may already have some pre-made phrases and embellishments like I have out of my little scrap pile from making Christmas cards. So just good way of making a little treat that'll go in a stocking or be a little placeholder at the table, festive table. So there's lots of ways that you can use this, and obviously not just at Christmas. So I'm just going to put that aside so you can see it. I've already cut some paper and a strip of paper. I'll cut it up and show you what I'm doing though. These are the piece of cardstock, and you can see you don't need very much. You're not going to use all of this paper either. So I'm using some paper that's going to be retiring very shortly, sadly. Merry Bold and Bright, and I'm using the coordinating stamp and die set with that as well. Remember, if you're wanting to score these, you will, by score I mean purchase, you will need to buy these shortly because they are retiring at the end of the month. So I've cut the strip. It's 3.5 centimeters, and I'm going to cut it at 7.5. And then I'm going to cut another one at 7.5. And obviously you don't need a long strip. You can cut it out of teeny weeny strips if you want to. So I'm going to cut these ones on the other side. It's a little bit easier to see them. 2.5 is one of them. There we go. Excuse me, not scoring, but that's 2.5, and the other ones are smaller. They're just 1.5. So we'll just 1.5. There we go. Okay, so I've still got a piece left over I can use for something else. Let's just put all these bits aside, and now we're going to do a bit of scoring. So we have the square. All the instructions, the measurement sizes will be on my on the PDF. I've modified this to metric. Twila's version was in inches. So for the base, this is what I'm calling the base, and I'm going to score it at 2 centimeters on all 4 sides. So if you've got a scoring board, you can also use that. I often use scoring boards when I'm my scoring board when I'm constructing this type of thing, because it ensures everything is nice and square. But we can do it with our trimmer as well. So it's 2 centimeters all the way around on that piece, and then we've got this long piece, and we are going to score that at 8. And 10, and we then need to pull this out to get it all the way across to 18, and the final score is at 20. Great, so that's all we need of that, and we're just going to do a little trimming with the scissors to construct this. I might just do all my burnishing first. So give yourself some nice crisp folds by using your bone folder. Great. Okay. I've been working on my Christmas list, so I wonder if you have been too. This might end up being in someone's little gift package. So those are the bits scored. Now it's pretty simple. If you've ever done any construction of boxes, and even if you haven't. So all we're going to do, we're going to just cut up on these tabs, I call them. So these square pieces in each corner make tabs, and all we're going to do is going to cut up just on the inside of the score line. You can see there's a bit of thickness with the score line, so I want to cut that away so it sits nicely. So I'm just going to do a little wedge out of that inside piece, and then we're going to turn this around exactly the same. We're just cutting up there, cutting away a piece, cutting up there, just to that first score line, cutting away a piece. Okay, so all we're going to do is we're going to just line this up so the cut edge there is going to line up with the folded edge there. And you can use Tombow, which is what I'm going to use, or you can use tape, or you could use tear and tape, or you could use Seal Plus, whichever of those that you prefer. And I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on here, and when you're using Tombow, got a little bit of wiggle room, but you do have to hold it in place for a moment or two, but it just gives you a chance to manipulate things into place, which is a bit hard to do with those instant bond things like tear and tape. Right, let's just get that in there. There we go. You can see I haven't been completely accurate with my scoring, but it's still going to be fine. If you're worried about your, gosh, that's really not very accurate. If you're worried about it, you can always just trim it off, which is what I'm going to do. Okay, not ideal, but we'll just trim that down to make it a little neater. It was quite inaccurate. Maybe I should have used my scoreboard. Okay, so we've got the little base, and now this is what I'm calling the cover, and I'm just going to open it out, and I'm going to put my pieces of pattern paper in place, and they're just cut so there's a little margin around, about 2.5 centimetres, and there we go. We're just you can put these on once you've constructed it, but it's easier when you've got it flat, so why not do it when it's flat? Oops, I got a bit carried away with the glue there. Okay, another little piece here. Now I've put DSP on all the sides here. If you don't want to do that, you don't have to. Another option is to put this piece, one of these pieces, the 7.5 centimetre pieces, they'll also fit inside the box. So you could take your other piece of DSP and use it for that. Okay, and you can see this is the way it's going to fit together, and there's going to be a little overlap there. So when you come to put the box in place, you can see there's a little, you can see that, there's a little margin on all four sides again there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on here. There we go. And we're just going to line it up here so it's in place with a little margin all the way around. Okay, might take a minute or two for that to finish up. And I have cut a little piece, so let me just go and get that. It's not in front of me here. Right, I'm back now. I just had a couple of pieces that I've cut out of Pool Party, which is another colour, one of the lighter colours that are in this lovely DSP, and I'm just going to line that up just to make it a little bit, give it a bit more strength, sturdiness, so it can act as a little flap. You can see I've used this one here. Now on this one I've used half a Velcro tab, which is an easy way of doing it, but you can also use magnets if you have them, and luckily for me I do. I wouldn't give these gifts to a child because these magnets aren't great if children happen to swallow them, and children do the darndest things, as they say. You never know when they might swallow something. Okay, so if you're going to use one of these, you need to use these really thin ones. I'm just going to pop a glue dot on. Let's just put those together again. I'm just going to pop a glue dot on here. Actually, I'm going to pop 2 glue dots on here, make it nice and adhered. Just going to push that on there, and it will pick the glue dots picked up on the back there. So I'm just going to pop this. Actually, what I was going to do was I was going to put it on here, wasn't I? Yes, let's do that. So I'm just going to pop that onto there, and the other end of this I'm going to glue onto the tab. Just glue that in place. I hadn't planned to, I'm just really using this as a little base for my little embellishments. You can see I've got this cut from a lovely Granny Apple Green. The foil that goes with this suite, I'm just going to, I find when I'm using foil, I try not to use liquid glue because it tends to go where you don't want it, and then it spoils the finish, so we don't want that. I'm just going to add this on here, and oops, I haven't had that quite dry before I added that. Let's just line things up a little bit more. And I've also got these little pieces that I've already cut out from the stamp set. I'm just going to pop that on here. Happy. And this one, it's a bit big there to go there, isn't it? Might have to go off the edge a little bit. That's okay. Now we just need to get this, the other half of the magnet adhered. And the best way of doing that is to just add the magnet onto the, add the glue dot onto the magnet, just leaving the 2 magnets stuck together. There we go, stick on there. Now I want to keep everything nice and square. Don't pull it all the way tight over, because remember we've got that little margin around, so just pull it so it's all keeping nice and square. Just going to stick that down. Okay, and it should all be nicely set in position now. Let's see if we can open that up like that. I'm just going to give that a good push down. There we go. You've just got the cute little closure like that, and as before, you just pop in your little treat. So I'm not adding any sparkly stuff to this because I think that foil is cute enough. That's the end of my story. Happy Christmas to you for 2023. and I'm looking forward to creating with you in the new year. Thank you. Goodbye.